you've ever had this feeling that something was terribly wrong with the world that we live in, but you couldn't figure out just what it was, then you've come to the right place. Secret societies, mystery religions, and the Illuminati have been controlling our reality since the beginning of time. But not anymore, because there is an awakening happening, and you are about to become a part of it. Wake up, because this is a call for an uprising.
This is a call for an uprising. We welcome you to today's show and ask those of you who have not subscribed to please subscribe to our YouTube channel as we continue to expose the satanic Illuminati agenda and the ushering in of the Antichrist. Today's show, obviously most of you know about the shooting now that has occurred, the staged event that has occurred out in Dallas, Texas, where 5 cops have been killed, 12 have been shot. I've been talking about it on this channel. Other people out there have been talking about it. This pushing now of martial law, which is to come, this race war that we are being thrown into, which has been set up by the elitists to turn us against one another, as we've seen these events occur this week, these staged events, these staged shootings with police officers to ignite this race war. So we've had 2 already. Now we have the opposite side of the coin, which is now the white police officers are being targeted by black people. It is all a staged event. This is to usher in martial law, and people out there need to understand exactly what's going on. They are already calling this the deadliest attack on police officers since September 11th. You could see even CNN pushing the race war, as it says gunmen especially wanted to kill white officers. In the article and the stories that are being released, all we hear about is how this guy was going after whites only. A suspect who died after a standoff with Dallas police said he wanted to kill white people, especially white officers, and that he was upset about the recent police shootings. Of course, how convenient. So he decided to just go shoot cops and risk his own life. And then, of course, like I always talk about in these staged events, there is no body to be found. You know why? There's no interviewing the suspect. There's nothing. You know why? Because he's dead. He's blown to smithereens this time. That's the excuse being used. He was blown up by a bomb. They detonated a bomb robot as a way of killing him. They thought it was the safest way because they were in grave danger. So the suspect is deceased as a result of the bomb detonation. What a coincidence. Like I always mention on this channel, these events that occur, the suspect is always killed. There's no questions asked. That's how they cover their shoot, right? We saw that in Orlando. You see it in Sandy Hook. You've seen it everywhere. That's always part of these staged events, is the suspect never lives to see the next day. All you do is hear the story that the media portrays about him. And of course, we have a suspect saying that all he wanted to do was kill white cops. So you're telling me he was standing there shooting cops and he was going, I want to kill white people, especially white officers. He was yelling that as he was shooting cops? Okay, sure. Give me a break. So now this is exactly what I've been talking about on this channel. This is to now rile up white people to be angry at black people for doing this. That's exactly what this is, as they push the race war, as they push gun control, and most importantly for their agenda here, they push martial law as they continue to divide and conquer everyone in this country, turning everyone on each other. It's so important to remember that this is staged. This is to get the elitists the agenda that they want pushed forward, which is martial law, which is to take your guns, which is to put us in a military state. Okay, that's what this is about. So if you're white or you're black, you need to just step aside from your pride and just understand there's a bigger goal here and a bigger agenda here to divide us amongst each other as the elitists continue to herd us like sheep. And like I've been saying over and over on this channel about this race war, they are using the celebrities to ignite the race war. And of course, yesterday, the one I've been talking about, I spoke about it yesterday, I've been speaking about it, is Beyonce. That is her role as a false idol, is to push the race war. That is, Beyonce is doing it. That's all she's doing in her videos. That's all she's talking about. So Beyonce, as you can see in this picture, coincidentally too, she's in Scotland here, but I say coincidentally because she's dressed as a witch. What a surprise, because these people, these elitists are satanic witches. That's what they are. So she's dressed as a witch, And then she posts, all the names of these victims who have been shot by cops, claiming that it's this racial war that's going on. And she says, we're sick and tired of the killing of young men and women in our communities. It is to stop us to take a stand and demand that they stop killing us. Of course, see how she's using words to divide everybody, us. She's dividing the blacks and the whites as she ignites the race war. And people follow these false idols. I've been telling you they've been placed here. Their job is to push these agendas because the masses worship these people as gods. These celebrities think that they're gods, okay, in their own minds because of the control they have over people and how people worship them and just bow at their feet. It's unbelievable. So yeah, Beyonce out there yesterday too, pushing this agenda. And as you can see here in Dallas, as we have wounded police officers, all the events of another state shooting, all the signs are there. We have the dead suspect is always the telltale sign. But what we need to talk about now is we need to talk about martial law because this is 3 in a week, right? You look at the signs. You see the big story leading into Monday was a black actor speaking about hate crime, and people were jumping on the story. And then the next thing you know is you get the one killing, and then you get the next killing, and we're at Friday, and we already have these 3 events that have occurred in a week. These 3 stage events because they're pushing this hard and heavy. Now, what's next to come as they push this? Okay, this is where they can sneak in a false flag-like event. That's why you have to keep your eyes open, pay attention to the stories that are out there. All of these laws have been passed and put into place where Obama can, if he pushes and ushers in martial law, he stays in office. It suspends the election. There is no election. And that ties into what I've been saying about these 2 incompetent, people you have running who are so polar opposite, right? I mean, they're both obviously demons and they're both obviously slime, but you have this, there's tons of people behind Trump and they have tons of people behind Hillary. There's this huge divide between the two, but they continue to get slandered in the news, right? You get Trump getting pushed as a racist, an extremist, that he's going to do all these bad things, that he can't be trusted, that he cheats on his taxes, he won't reveal his taxes, all of this stuff over and over, which you don't hear during elections where, you'll hear one candidate slander the other, but you won't hear the mainstream media slander both over and over. Then you get Hillary on the other side with all her email leaks and her being a snake. Pushing the feminist movement, and then Trump is, sexist, all of this stuff showing them both making them both look incompetent. And this is where they can sneak in martial law. If more of these staged events occur, especially if a big false flag ISIS event occurs within the next month or 2 before September to, cancel off the elections. I'm not making predictions that'll happen. I'm saying you have to look at the signs of what's going on. Okay, these are the events that are occurring. We know that these are staged events, right? Everybody listening, we all know that these are staged events. Subscribers to this channel, we know that these shootings are staged and they're put in place for a race war. They're put in place for gun control. They're put in place to divide us. They're put in place for martial law specifically. If martial law, again, is pushed, Obama does not leave office. Ordinary law is suspended. The elections are suspended. That is what could be coming here. And again, you have these false idols out there who have been pushing it. Do not fall for it. Okay, do not fall for this race war. I don't care if you're green. Don't fall for it. White people, listen to me. Black people, listen to me. This is the elitist agenda to divide us. So don't fall for it. Put your pride down. It doesn't matter. I understand black people message all the time and say, but we've been attacked and persecuted. Okay, I understand, but understand what's happening here. If you turn on white people, and if white people fall for this event in Dallas and turn on black people, you are falling into the hands of the elitist agenda. That is what they want. We cannot allow them to continue to divide us. So here you have this event now in Dallas. This is 3 in a week. 3 in a week. You're telling me that they're not ushering something in now fast? I mean, can people see the signs of what's going on? 3 in a week? Usually they do these, a month out, a month out, a month out. This is pushing it heavy. And there'll probably be more before a big false flag event occurs. There'll probably be more events that go on. There'll be more shootings against cops now as they turn it the other way. Now, as they turn, the police are incompetent and that we have a war between the civilians and the police. We need the military to take over, to calm this down because the military can handle it. And then, everybody will respect the military as they come in and everybody will be for it, not realizing what this is. This is the beginning of stripping our laws, the suspension of our laws, the taking away of our guns. This gives them total control. Total control. Executive Order 13603, okay, it says that at a time of the president's choosing, the federal government may take over. This means they could take over all forms of energy, all forms of water, commodities, real estate, health resources, drugs, biological products, medical devices, facilities, health supplies, services, everything. Okay, martial law is not your friend. Okay, if you think martial law is going to protect you, if you think that there's some real race war going on between a white person and a black person, everyone wants to shoot each other, or we need gun control and all this, and martial law is the answer, then you've fallen for it. You've been duped because that's what they want. So please don't fall for it. This Dallas event is another event that is staged, that is planned. The killer, nowhere to be found. He's apparently screaming, according to a witness, that the guy was saying that he wants cops dead, specifically white cops. I mean, give me a break. Yeah, he's yelling that. Put yourself in that situation. This guy is now risking his life, knowing he's going to be killed. He's just had enough of these news stories. He heads downtown to go shoot some cops. And then there's a witness nearby, and he's saying, "What are you doing, man?" He goes, "I want to kill the white cops, specifically the white cops." Oh, sure. And then they send in a bomb and blow him up. Absolutely. It sounds like a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. I mean, it's unbelievable. Steven Seagal in this? Unbelievable. Don't fall for it. Step back. Realize what the bigger agenda is here. We all have to do our part. We all have to band together. Do not fall for this race war. And do not listen to these false idols, because they're going to keep pushing them out now. Okay, they're going to keep pushing out the false idols so they can continue to brainwash people into thinking that there's an actual race war going on, that the cops are bad, that everybody's turning on each other, that we need a military state. That is the goal that they want to tell you with this. Not that white people and black people hate each other. They're telling you that the cops are incompetent, that whites and blacks are turning on each other, and we need martial law. We need to stop all of this. We can't, a false flag event could fall right into our laps any second now, a false flag ISIS event where they could say, we have to do it. We can't trust the police. The police have been out of control. The civilians are against the police now. Everyone's turning on each other. Order out of chaos. That's what this is. So please don't fall for it. And thank you for listening to today's show. Do not fall victim to these lies and propaganda that the media continue to push out. It is staged. It is a stage. They are playing your minds. They are playing on your emotions. They are giving you a false reality to get what they want. That's why we need to wake up. We need to share these videos about what's going on. We need to talk about these things with one another and realize that even these instances where these things happen, where they show these shootings, look at the acting going on by these crisis actors. Look at them. I mean, it's some of the worst acting ever. The woman in the car, right, where the boyfriend gets shot. I mean, are you kidding me? Has anyone seen acting this bad? We thought Crisis Christine was bad. It gets worse and worse, and people they watch it like they're watching a F-level horror film like Troll or Friday the 13th Part 10, and they say, I can't believe it. It's so great. It is staged. Look how these people react. The acting is so brutal. It should give it away in its own right. And you'll see in the coming hours now with this Dallas shooting, you'll see some of these false crisis actors come forward. And you'll see there'll be signs, there'll be symbols of the Freemasons with their hands written all over it. You'll see numerology. People will report on it. Okay, keep your eyes open. Watch these stories because they unfold right in front of your face. And they're telling you because they leave their signs and their codes and their symbols there. This is staged, folks. All of it. Don't fall victim to it. God bless all of you and your family. Stay strong in your faith. As all of this goes down, it is getting more and more ridiculous by the day. It really, really is. Remain in your scriptures. Remain strong in your faith in Jesus Christ. He is the way, the truth, and the life. And as we see Bible prophecy continue to unfold right before our eyes, that is what is going on here. So don't fall for this stuff. God bless you all.